Hey guys, it's James Boat Build. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new for the first time, welcome aboard. This video blog is dedicated to guys just building wooden boats in their garage and with the tools they have available. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. In my last episode, guys, I showed you how the windlass went, and obviously I cut out all the holes for it, but I just basically threw the pulpit up there. So we ended up getting the sides in place. Everything is glued and screwed in. The washers are only there temporary. They have more holding power, you know, when they're the screws have a washer on. Now you can imagine how the front of the boat is going to be with the arch that I made with the mahogany and this 41-degree angle, how the plywood is just going to loop around there. And I'll use a 1/4 inch. I'll use actually 2 sheets, one after the other on top of the other to make that beautiful arch. It's going to be dramatic. It'll look really good. How I got to this point, I ended up putting these two pieces, these two panels in place. I cut the fit to the bottom of the boat and had large gaps that needed to be filled in. So it's actually a 3-part wall. Made the one complete piece, and I filled in the side to the contour of the boat, and then I put the sides on. And I did that because I needed a basis and relevant for the height. And I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't bump my head when I was sitting down on the bunk. And I wanted it to look relatively, you know, pleasing to the eye. I didn't want it to look awkward or anything. And I think I achieved that effect. I mean, it's kind of, you know, a little bit awkward looking at it now with all the clamps and braces on it. Not a complete, but you can get the idea. You see, I got the bunks in place and the hatches underneath. That's a good thing. I'm glad I took the time to, you know, to do that just for the pure fact of having storage space. Getting back to the gunnels and the rub rails, I went over it once again with some fairing compound and got most of the nicks and dents out of it. And now, obviously, since I put the wall in, I have this, you know, line of caulking that needs to be addressed. I'll make a nice fillet of epoxy and make a round semicircle and quarter round along here, so it'll just look pleasing to the eye. Plus the water will just literally flow right off. It won't have no way to go to get stuck in the crack or anything. So looking at the plans here, this is the wall that you see. That's right there, and the door opening, and this side wall. I still got to cut out the port light and put the front part on. Now I'm standing on a deck right now, and I'm at the highest level you'll be at on the boat, which is relatively high. When you're traveling in the boat or you're operating the boat, you'll step down, and then the seat will be here, and pretty much basically this will be your vision from the your view from the helm. And right here I'll make up the dash where obviously the steering wheel will be here and all the instruments, the throttle control will be here on the side. And I'm glad I got this done because I could do all that rigging, which is a lot of detailed work, but I could still keep it at the house because this just barely makes it into the garage. I measured it. It just barely makes it. It's awesome. So I'm really happy about that. I suppose in the future I might make it some shelves and some little knick-knack closet space up along the side, but right now that's not a priority. That's some detail work when I'm bored and I don't want to do nothing later on. I had to get this board in here and clamp down because my plywood had a little bit of a curve to it, and that's why I have this big brace in here pushing back on the wall. And it's not straight up and down, it's basically kind of curved forward, and it just gives a better look. Sometimes, you know, you don't want 100% straightness, you want some curves in there to make it look nicer. And let's face it, a boat is just full of curves, right? And of course, I still got to put the the motor well in, and you know, do the back. So I still got a lot of woodworking to do. So again, I'm glad that the boat is staying here at the house. I'll end up showing you guys where the where I'm going to store the boat permanently when it's complete. I got a beautiful storage facility. It's a huge garage, three-sided garage, and basically there's no garage door. You just drive it in, but it's 20 feet high, 12 feet wide, and 40 feet long. So it's big enough to store my boat and then some. But right now we're still doing woodworking, and it's just really convenient to keep it here at the house. Thank God it's still fitting inside the garage. So, I mean, it doesn't look like it would fit. I mean, look at all the stuff. But even with that plywood on the floor, I just push it in, and you know, it fits. So it's almost like a miracle. All right. Anyway, that's the update, guys. We're working on the front sleeper berth. We'll get the roof and the front part on soon, and I'll give you a video of that. Y'all be good.